Hey, it's Kelly. Today's Monday, and I'm not keeping track of the days anymore, so you'll have to follow along. This is my first day of walking, and I'm somewhere between, I really don't know where I am, to be honest. I'm outside of Maya, I believe, and I'm headed to Vilar de Penaro. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I owe y'all some video time. And so now's kind of a time to do it. I don't even remember when I arrived, but I arrived and I didn't have my bag. And I basically spent that day, I stayed up as long as I could. And then I went to bed around 7. And then yesterday I got up. Gosh, I slept until 10. I literally do not remember a time ever sleeping until 10 in my entire life. And then I got up and my baggage still wasn't there. So I went and had a coffee, and then I walked over to the Porto cathedral, which took me on some of the Camino. And oh my goodness, it was so beautiful yesterday. It's right on the water. It was like 80 degrees. And I'm going to try to splice in some of the video here so that you can see it. And you can see this path that I'm on. There's actually quite a bit of traffic. So, yeah, they're so nice here. It's been so interesting. So, yeah, yesterday I was exploring Porto. And gosh, I went up to the Porto Cathedral and there was a gentleman playing the bass. And I started bawling my eyes out already. So they say you're gonna cry on the Camino, and I'm gonna stop here because there's a car coming. And sure enough, I was crying my eyes out. So then I went and got my pilgrim's passport. There's this cool thing you do where you get your passport. It shows you're a pilgrim. When you go to these places, you get a stamp. And then at the very end, you present your passport. Can you hear that rooster crowing? It's so great. Okay, I'm going to scoot over here because this is a windy road. And I got that. And so I already met a couple people at the Porto Cathedral. And it was really busy. I forgot it was Mother's Day. So that was the other thing that had me crying, is when that music started playing. I was thinking of my mom, and I hadn't really realized it was Mother's Day, but it was. So that was really special. I'll never forget that. It makes me want to cry right now. You can see a theme here. And then I wanted to just sit out on the water and, have something to eat, have a glass of wine. And so there was this one place, and it was called the Wine Chalet. Like, who doesn't love the Wine Chalet? And there was one outdoor table with 2 chairs. And I was like, this is perfect. It's not crowded. So I sat down and I ordered a wine. And then this gentleman walked up and asked if he could join. And I was like, sure. Well, I didn't even notice that he had a Camino de Santiago t-shirt on. And anyway, we just started talking, and he was getting ready to go from Porto, I think, to Lisbon and then Greece or something. And I asked him if he was there on vacation, and he said no, he had just done the Camino. And so then we just started talking about that, and he told me that he was doing it in honor of his wife who just passed away. They'd been married for 36 years. And so then literally he was telling me all about it. We both just started crying. And her favorite flower is a calla lily. So that is my favorite flower too. And he's like, you're never going to believe it, but they grow wild. So they're wild on the road here. I've already seen them. And it's unbelievable, the flowers. So there's also bird of paradise. And so that was yesterday, and I was already just thinking how amazing that this whole experience is. So then I went to bed. I got up. I had a hard time sleeping, imagine that. I got up early, and I had a coffee. I dropped my bag off. Oh yes, I finally got my bag. So I got to my room last night and I had my bag, thank goodness. And I'm gonna pause here. Oh no, there's the yellow arrow. You guys can't see it. They've got yellow arrows here marking where we go, which is brilliant. So This is so fun to do this, by the way. I literally, okay, normally these routes are more crowded. Apparently yesterday or the 13th or something was Fatima, which I do not know what that is, but apparently that's a big day. And so a lot of the people are already on their way to Santiago. I've not seen one other person walking this path today. And so I've already been walking over 3 hours. And so that's a little interesting, but I'm enjoying it. I haven't been listening to anything. It's beautiful. They are not kidding when they say that these cobblestone paths are no joke. And it's not even so much the wear and tear on your feet, but it really slows my walking pace down. And you have to be really careful that you don't twist your ankle. So anyhow, I had, oh my goodness, I got so tired at one point. I was like, I have to stop and eat something. So I walked into this restaurant, and that's the other thing is so many people said people speak English or Spanish or whatever. Well, they really don't here. And I don't know any Portuguese. I was kind of relying on my Spanish to help me out. Anyway, I went into this place. There was literally no one. And the woman who tried to take my order, she didn't speak a word of English. They didn't have an actual menu. They do this thing, what's great, called the Pilgrim's Special. And so when you're on the Camino, you can get like a full lunch. I had a soup. I ended up having a grilled fish. Oh, and it had cabbage and potatoes and bread. And then it comes with either beer or wine. And so in this case, I had a beer, and the girl in the kitchen spoke some English. So this girl went and got her. And then when she asked me what size of beer did I want, I think, I don't know, a pint, the biggest, whatever the biggest size was. And I said, yes. And then she said, you must be from the US. And I said, yes. And then she said, Texas. And I mean, I don't have a Texas accent. So anyway, I started laughing. Somehow me drinking that big beer. Anyway, so I sat there feeling a little uncomfortable. She was like, you're so brave to do this by yourself. I go, yeah, I guess so. I'm starting to think that because I haven't seen anyone, no other pilgrims. And so by the time I got my food, that place was completely jam-packed. And okay, first of all, everybody drinks at lunch. Large quantities, like my beer, that big one, everyone had it. And they have wine on tap here, which I didn't really quite realize. I'll be figuring that one out the next couple days, surely. And that little place was packed, jam-packed with people. They were all eating and drinking, and it was lovely. They, I'm sure, thought I was the weirdest thing ever. Now I'm starting to think I'm the weirdest thing ever too. But anyway, it's been a great day. I will say right before lunch, well, when I first started my day, I was thinking, what in the heck am I even doing? This is the craziest thing ever to do. And then I stopped in, gosh, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I went into one of the churches. Well, I went into Maya. I did this side trail, and I went into Maya, went to one of the churches. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. It had a beautiful, their cemeteries are unbelievable here, which I know sounds odd, but they're just really great. And so that was pretty special. And then I kind of got to a point where I was like, oh, I can't think of anything better than just like walking like this every day. But by the kind of 3 hours, oh, and I had to cross a freeway at some point, which was terrifying. I was like, I wonder why it's making me go on this route to where I'm gonna have to cross over literally a freeway. So I did. And I mean, I'm using this video thing. There's no one to see or do, or hopefully you can see the train behind me. I know I'm just like freeform talking, but you're keeping me company. So yeah, I've experienced like all of the ups and downs already in one day, and this is legit with these roads, as you can hear the traffic, and with these cobblestone things. But, okay. All right, I see a sign for Villar, which is where I'm going. And I'm staying in a place called Casa de Mindela. So that'll be fun. And you can see here, there's all kinds of good stuff. Anyway, I have no idea. Really, I think I probably have 3 more hours, but I'm not 100% sure. And I actually thought today was a little bit less than it is. So that's probably not the best thing, but you know, you just have to kind of walk. I'm walking a lot slower than normal. The weather's unbelievable, and it's like perfectly blue sky right now, and maybe 75. I don't know, but it's pretty incredible. And the flowers are beautiful. I hope you can see behind me. I haven't figured out how to move from my face to the scenery, so I'll have to just try to include you in some of the scenery. Oh, there's another yellow arrow, so I know I'm on the right trail, right path. So yeah, today I think it's going to end up being about 12 miles. It's like 1 o'clock right now. I started at around 8 and I stopped for maybe 30 minutes. Okay, I'm passing this unbelievable red bush. When I pass by, you'll be able to see it behind me, hopefully. Maybe not. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure out how to use this a little bit better so y'all can see the scenery, but I'll try to splice in some of the scenery. But anyway, I am loving it so far. I've once again literally not seen anyone, but just yesterday was such a beautiful day of just feeling, you know, everything, being outside and then just meeting people. And so, you know, today's day 1 of the walking part, and I have at least, I don't know, 14 days, maybe more. But when I get to my cute place I'm staying, I will get you some more video. I'm walking to my place. It's almost 3 o'clock now. At one point, I looked at my Oura ring. It said I'd already walked 15 miles, and that was, gosh, an hour ago. I did stop and had some white wine, and oh my goodness, it was $1.50, and it was delicious. I thought I'd show you this as I'm walking in. Isn't this beautiful? I don't know what to expect, but this is my last little bit, and I thought I would show you. It looks like vines. You can see how beautiful the sky is. This is where I came from. These are those crazy cobblestone streets. Look at that. Wow. All right, my day's almost over. Follow along. Oh, and I finally met someone when I stopped to have a restroom break and a glass of wine. Another woman, of course. She's the only other person I've seen, and she was from Madrid. So I got to practice my Spanish a little bit, and we also had an app. Both of us had an app that will translate, which is very cool. Last time I was in Spain, they didn't have those things, so we could actually communicate pretty well via the app. And This was her first time of doing the Camino Portugues, but I did figure out that she has done 14 Caminos, 14, count them, by herself nonetheless. Oh, there's an airplane. So anyway, I found that fascinating. So it was nice to see someone and have a semi-conversation. I have heard that the closer we get to, oh, there's a little lizard. Sorry for the noise. The closer that we get to Santiago, because all you have to do is 100 kilometers to get a Compostelo, so to signify that you've done the walk or the way, however you want to say it, there gets to be more people. Gosh, this is so pretty. But I'm kind of, to be honest, ready to be done. Look at that, that's kind of cool. I'm ready to be done walking. I guess now I'm probably going on 5 or 6 hours. I've been kind of meandering, which is nice. But I'm ready to be done. And I really wanted to just try to show you guys. But this may not be, since I don't know where I'm going. It's kind of cool though, isn't it? It's way tucked back here, for sure. And it's right on the trail, so that makes it really easy. All I have to do is get up, have coffee, have some food, and go. Really funny though, because originally I thought my walk today was like 7 or 8 miles, and then I thought it was 11 or 12, and I'm probably 16 or 17. But I'm feeling pretty good, I gotta tell you, just because I've not been walking super fast. I don't have any blisters. All right, looks like this is the road. This looks like this is it. Okay, that's so, oh, here it is, beautiful. Okay. This is where I'm staying. It's called Casa de Mindela. This is the common area. This is such an amazing place. I just had to show you. Check this out. It's so beautiful. It's quiet in the country. That's my room. Moving there. This is so fun. I gotta tell you. Oh, no, I'm not. That's not my room. This one is my room. Look at this. Okay, it is called Porto, Brazil. Oh, look at this. Beautiful art. And then this is my room. Got teas. And see this view. Look at this. Wow. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's so beautiful. Yep, here we go. That's the road I was just walking on. Can you even believe how beautiful that is? Holy cow. Oh my goodness. I'm in love with this. Look at that. And I will have dinner at 6:30. My bag actually did arrive too. I'm doing bag transport. There's a couple different ways you can do this. You can carry everything on your back, or you can have these awesome companies transport. So this is my bathroom. Look, nice view. Okay.